Alright, welcome to the final ascend towards Ganondorf. And I got attacked by these fire keys here, and who knows, you might too. These guys are very irritating, but finally ascending to make our way to Ganondorf. You don't have to kill these fire keys, they don't result in anything, but just thought I'd show my hatred for fire keys. In this room there are two lizalfos, so do be careful with them. I don't know if we've seen them before, but they're a stronger version of lizalfos. They're not very intimidating in this game. They basically attack the same way, but in like Majora's Mask, they can breathe fire. I don't think they can in this game. Once you're done with that, the door will open. You can go ahead and climb up to the next set of stairs, and faintly you'll hear organ music fading in as you get higher and higher up. In here, there's a pillar of fire in the middle of the room, and there are two stalfos, so be sure to fight them. Biggoron Sword recommended. As you've noticed, I've left the Biggoron Sword equipped for pretty much half the game since I got it, and haven't really switched back just because I haven't felt the need to. I mean, if you want to use your shield, then you're going to have to either put the sword away or switch back to the Master Sword. But I've always kept the Biggoron Sword just because I've been getting better at this game. Killing the stalfos results in you getting the big key. I mean, you see what the chest is. It's not really a secret as to what's in here. So now we can actually go into the boss room and we can fight Ganondorf, it seems. So now let's go ahead and just slowly make our way up north. Well, not north, but like ascend the stairs. In here you have two iron knuckles. One of them's white, the other one is black. Go ahead and fight them both. There's no order, doesn't matter. They have the same amount of health, so yeah, do be careful. They pack quite a punch when they hit you, so very deadly. Do look out. Alright, Biggoron Sword and the Great Fairy's Power Health Upgrade is recommended, so if you did not get that, I would check out the previous video and do that. Or to explain, just go outside and lift the giant silver pillar, and then go in the Fairy's Fountain and play Zelda's Lullaby to get it. Okay, now that they are both dead, go ahead and open the door and keep climbing the stairs. You can hear the organ music is getting louder. Just prepping this up. But this is the boss room, so here we are. We are in the boss room. However, though, there is no boss to be in sight. That's because we're on the lower level of the room, where the fight does not take place down here. So down here you have some jars for like some hearts, some magic, some arrows, some rupees, I don't know, whatever they want to give you, I guess. Alright, once done with that, go ahead and, oh, the carpet is red, and we've got some stained glass windows, so now it's really getting intense. Go ahead and climb all these stairs up to the tippy top of Ganon's tower. Here's the door up here. Go ahead and meet with him on the other side, and we'll face him off now. Alright, Ganondorf. So, what you gotta do, immediately get out of the center because he will punch down some tiles. Don't worry, if you're there, you'll just fall to the lower portion of the room. So just like Phantom Ganon, you're gonna play some tennis with him by using your sword. But there are other ways you can use too. I'll show this later off. Shoot him with a light arrow once he's hit himself, and then quickly jump over to the center pillar, and then just, well, beat the crud out of him. That's really all there is to it. It does not matter what sword you use. You can use Biggoron Sword or the Master Sword. Biggoron Sword is preferred, and I want to show something off. You can actually also use an empty bottle or the Megaton Hammer to hit these. And I think the Megaton Hammer is harder to do, but the sword is always just the easiest thing to do. Again, Biggoron Sword is recommended because it just does so much damage. Okay, so once he's done that, again, shoot him with a light arrow, and then he's going to be, well, hurt, and then you gotta hit him. Now there are two types of attacks that he does, and it took a while for him to show off the second one. The second one off, he charges a big ball into the air above him, and then it actually leaves him vulnerable, so you can shoot him with a light arrow, which I believe I do after this round of tennis. So he's not very good. At least with me, he's not very good. Go ahead and just... I would try to do jump attacks too, because they do twice as much damage as just a regular slash with the sword. Alright, now right here is whenever he's going to do his second attack, I believe. Yes, there it is. He's going to charge at you with that, but he leaves himself vulnerable, so you can just do that. And then while you're in the air, you can press B and it will do a jump attack. Alright, follow Zelda and then hurry up in these 3 minutes. We have to leave the tower. I'm sorry, but jumping off will not save you, and I would not advise warping away because, well, Zelda can't warp with you. So you're going to have to, well, I mean, I'm kind of leading the way, but just follow her down the trail here. And watch out for the falling rocks, or I guess they're parts of his castle. But I guess they just... They use the same texture as the falling rocks on Death Mountain, even though it's just his castle crumbling apart. Watch out for them, and if you get hit, Zelda will gasp, and then she will cover her face and not move. And if you keep getting hit, that's going to happen. I kind of show that off later. It is decently difficult to avoid a lot of these fallen rocks or obstacles that can hurt you. But thankfully, I have that Great Fairy health boost, or power enhancement upgrade that she gives me. And not to be worried, if falling rocks hit you while you are in a cutscene, you won't actually take damage from them, so don't worry about that. So if they follow me and hit me now while she's opening the door, they won't actually hurt me. Only while, you know, you're actually playing and controlling Link. Alright, down here the trail is thin, so do be careful. Sometimes maybe he'll jump, but sometimes he'll land on the trail, so it's not really anything to worry about. There's really just nothing else to say here. I mean, Zelda will keep opening doors, but in this room, really, it gets complicated because Zelda gets trapped, and uh-oh, the Stalfos are back. But this one has sort of a twist. Just like in the Forest Temple, there was a trial where you had to fight 2 Stalfos, and if one is down on the ground too long, before you can kill the other one, he will come back. And that's exactly what's happening here, too. So, you're going to want to keep that in mind. So this Stalfos is sort of dead. He's still just a pile of bones. You can't do anything to get rid of him. You need to fight him. And I was getting quite nervous, actually, once he hit me, because I thought that I wasn't going to do it. But thankfully I did. Biggoron Sword is very much recommended for this too. Yeah, you can see him freaking out and just like jittering the B button just to give swords. And she gives you some hearts so that you can heal after you die. And there's a Deku Nut on the floor. It's because Stalfos dropped that. Anyway, we're almost done. Now getting to the bottom, as you can see, the ground is pretty close. Do be careful too. Sometimes whenever you jump and you're suspended in midair, Zelda will gasp and then stop. Don't let that worry you. As soon as you land on the ground next to her, she'll keep going and then you'll be fine. Okay, in here, it's kind of like a maze here. Avoid hitting the obstacles. You see I hit one there and then Zelda kind of gasped. Okay, and then once you get down here, all you have to do is just go down some stairs and then through a corridor. So you see I got hit here a lot. An awful lot, and look, Zelda does not want to move. I don't know if you can equip the Goron Tunic to avoid, or to at least make this damage somewhat tolerable or manageable, but I think she'll still gasp and cover her face. Alright, in this corridor, do be careful because there is a redead right there, and I don't think you can play the Sun Song here because, well, we're just kind of panicking. We have less than a minute. Go ahead and kill it, get the magic, and then just follow Zelda. As you can see, I have less than a minute left, so I better hurry it up. All you have to do is just climb up these stairs. This is the back door entrance, so if that's the reason why you're asking, well, how did that Rita get there? I don't remember it being there. Well, because we weren't on that path before. Anyway, we've successfully escaped the castle with time to spare, so let's go ahead and escape together. Alright, this is it. Final showdown with Ganon. And we have no Master Sword. If you're wondering when it would come into play, this is now. And that's a big thing, because you need the Master Sword to defeat him. If not, then you're going to have to use either the Biggoron Sword or the Megaton Hammer or Deku Nuts to fight him. If you didn't get the Biggoron Sword, then the Megaton Hammer and Deku Nuts would be your likely ally here. So that's why the Biggoron Sword is a very important item to get in this game. So there are a few ways you can fight Ganon. You can shoot him in the head with light arrows, but honestly you can waste a lot of magic that way. So you can also just roll under his legs and then hit his tail with the Biggoron Sword, Megaton Hammer, or Deku Nuts. It's kind of hard to see it though, so I would recommend Z targeting, but you're going to run up to him and then you can roll under his legs as he raises his arms to swing. And I don't think doing a spin attack will do extra damage. I think it will be the same, but you can try. And all you have to do is just rinse and repeat this process until he's either dead or weakens, because, well, we can't actually kill him, so he's got to weaken, and we need to be able to get the Master Sword somehow. Zelda could be a little helpful in maybe pulling it and tossing it to me. Well, actually, she could aim for Ganon. Then again, Ganon would probably throw it over the wall of fire again, so maybe don't do that one. Okay. But this is it. So now I've hit him a certain number of times, and then he's somewhat vulnerable, but I can't finish him off because I don't have the Master Sword. Thankfully, the wall of fire is gone, and now I can go and quickly run and get the Master Sword. Thankfully, you don't have to press anything, you just touch it, and then it is automatically equipped too. So do not equip the Biggoron Sword now. Well, you could, just to fight him off here, but as you can see, I just hit him in the head with the Master Sword. Ouch, that's smart, he says. So, do watch out. Roll under his legs, shoot his forehead with light arrows. I think you can also shoot his tail with light arrows too, and that would also do it. But it's also worth mentioning to say that Navi didn't have anything helpful to say about him. So, keep doing this process. Magic arrows are no object anymore. This is literally the end of the game, so don't be afraid to get reckless with it. Go ahead and roll under, hit him, and I think I have maybe a couple hits here before he is done for. I'm not going to use light arrows, I'm just going to hit him. Okay, maybe one more hit on the tail, and then he should be done. Alright. Oh no, maybe one more now? I don't know. It seems like I've been here a while. But yeah, they don't make it obvious that his tail's his weak spot, but that's it. And now it's time. With sword in hand, press the B button and stab that into his forehead, and he is dead. Alright, and that is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Whew. This was a good one. This game's always been a favorite of mine. This is a good game. This is a game that I would recommend to anyone who wants to try out the Zelda series. I would say play this one first. This game's always held a special place in my heart for a couple different reasons. First of all, this was the first game that I've ever played through completely. The first game I've ever beaten. And I've also enjoyed just coming back to it. I've played this on every system except for the Switch. But still, I've played this a lot. And I've enjoyed playing the Master Quest as well, both on the GameCube and on the 3DS. And I'm really glad to have this series done on this channel here, because this was a long one, and it was one that I've been wanting to finish for a while. I might take a break from these Zelda walkthroughs, at least for now, just because there's so much work to commit to, and I'm in a time in my life where I just can't afford to take as much time to make videos, as much as I really, really enjoy it. But I'm going to have to focus more of my time in these next couple of years to come just on my studies and on my thoughts for the future. But I really enjoyed this one. It was nice to play through again. Nice to have a different look on it. I appreciate this game more and more every time I play through it. And even though this will never be my favorite, Twilight Princess will always hold that title. It's got to be a number 2 for me, or a number 3. It's one that I really enjoy. It's a lot of fun. But that brings me all I have to say about this game. So I thank you all for watching this series, and I hope that you found it very helpful. So I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. So take care out there.
you